Shalom, Israel. What's good, y'all? I know y'all probably missed me, and honestly, my 10-day hiatus, or 11 days as of the current recording of this video, was a little bit my fault. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, a lot my fault. I got lazy when it came to the recordings of these types of videos, and I kind of ran out of ideas. I didn't want to give y'all a bunch of like random CapCut edits or memes or whatnot, blah blah blah. I want to actually give y'all like a full video. So we at Tusk Studios apologize for the long wait. Now, just like my other two previous videos on this topic, we'll be discussing Sonic IDW, or rather my personal problems with it. And today we'll be discussing the topic of Sonic's mentality and how it negatively affects the world around him, as well as how no one within his world points it out. Alright, so first let's start off with what is Sonic's new mentality. And throughout the IDW comics, especially after the events of the Metal Virus, spoilers ahead, Sonic highly pushed out an ideal, actually during the Metal Virus as well. He pushed out the ideal of everyone, so long as they're alive, has a chance of redemption. And that in of itself isn't wrong, but it's kind of what he does with said ideal. Because he believes that so long as you're alive, you have a chance to redeem yourself, he is willing to let terrible people, Eggman included, get away with the crimes that they committed without any sort of major repercussion. Like, sure, he'll beat them up, he'll break their mechs, he'll destroy their factories, he'll send them packing, yada yada yada, but there'll be no jail time. There'll be no major governmental repercussions or nothing like that. And some people are obviously going to pull out the, oh, he's not a government official. He's not a cop, he can help the law as much as he can, but if he gets away, he gets away. But the thing about that is, like, Sonic easily has the chance to put these terrible people away, right? He has the opportunity to put them away. And the biggest moment that showed the flaw in his mindset is when Eggman became Mr. Tinkerer after having amnesia. Mind you, this was right after the events of Sonic Forces, and in Sonic Forces, he caused a worldwide war that lasted around 6 months or half a year. Half a year, the world was getting bombarded with attacks from his gigantic Death Egg robots, from his legion of egg pawns. And roughly before Sonic got infected, there's a conversation that he had with Amy whilst they were driving to this spot where they would then find infected Rough and Tumble, which implied that there were several people they couldn't save within this war. So yeah, bodies were caught. And just because Eggman was Mr. Tinkerer, Sonic decided to not tell any of his friends or anyone that Mr. Tinkerer was here, so that at the very least they could put in the proper measures to make sure that there is little to no chance that he becomes Eggman again, right? Because just because he lost his memories doesn't mean that he can't regain them. Sonic, of all people, should know this, right? I mean, he hanged out with Chip, for Christ's sake. He should know that with enough time, people will get their memories back. And if Eggman were to get his memories back, chances are he'd be the same terrible person. And again, he never really fixes this problem. Even after the Metal Virus, when, because of his actions, everyone was affected by a virus that Silver explained would have wiped out all life on the planet, he doesn't change his tune. Heck, Eggman pulls up on them on a celebration party of, not being exterminated, and rather than putting him down and arresting him right then and there, because this man does not belong on the streets with us civilians, he decides to let him live. To let him leave, and basically says, whenever you commit bad deeds, I'll just beat you again. even though the only reason that everyone survived the last time wasn't because of Sonic, it was because of Silver. Sonic couldn't do anything, but he's so filled with his own hype that he truly believes that so long as he exists, villainy can't prevail. And it's not really a problem with his mindset, because honestly, a cocky Sonic, yeah, it's Sonic. Him being cocky isn't the problem. My main problem is the fact that nobody with half a brain called him out on this. Nobody. Now, of course, some people could pull out the arguments of, oh, Silver called him out about it. Oh, Espio called him out about it. Oh, Lanolin gave him a mean look about it. But the thing about it is that the comic tries so hard to make those people seem like they were in the wrong for disagreeing with Sonic on their topics. Made it feel like they were just, quote unquote, looking for the easy route to solve the Eggman problem, when in reality they are giving very valid opinions on how they should have handled this absolute terrorist. But again, as the title of this video says, it feels as if the IDW comics only value Sonic's opinion. And this isn't just in his opinion, this is also in his strength. Like, Sonic can't lose. That's also another problem that bothers me, right? And that doesn't just mean with, like, arguments, because, oh, he always has to be right. The world literally ordains it for him to be right. No matter what he's talking about, no matter what argument he's having, he always has to be right. Alright, wait. Hold on. Post-video Atlas here. This is a kind of an add-on of my original point that I only realized after editing this video, while I was looking for the information to, like, get all of the, like, screenshots and whatnot to make this video as good as possible. Did you know that, if you look at back at the conversation between Sonic and Shadow, when Shadow was trying to take Eggman in or down for the crimes that he committed, as Sonic was basically victim blaming him. Like, Sonic knows he's conditioned. He knows he was being mind controlled in that instance. He knows that his memories were being tampered with. And he knows that this was something that he was doing against his will. However, he then brings that Shadow's past villainous acts as a reason as to why Eggman should be forgiven for the acts that he committed. Right? Basically putting their crimes at the exact same level. Mind you, this is Eggman, the person who has wiped out time and space just to try and spread his crappy empire, versus Shadow the Hedgehog, who was mind controlled into hating humanity and was about to wipe it out because of Eggman's tampering with his pod. Mind you, this is again an action that Eggman did. Well, I guess not Eggman, this was Dr. Gerald's actions. Eggman just fueled his anger on, but you get the point, right? Like, am I the only one that thinks that this is wild? And this isn't the only time that he has a conversation like this. He also has a warped conversation with Surge, when Surge is, talking about him and basically saying, I would have never been created had you had just, defeated Eggman all those years ago, had you had just put him in jail, or better yet, taken him down. And Sonic is not taking her conversation seriously, not taking her seriously. And the weird thing about it, the thing that I really hate, which is why I had to continue, I'd honestly put this part at the beginning of the video, but I just had to put it here, I had to put it here. I'll probably edit it in the middle or something like that, but like, if Sonic is such a bleeding heart, why is it that those that are wanting to be good, or those that haven't done nearly as bad of things as Eggman, are getting the cold shoulder from Sonic, but Eggman specifically is the person that Sonic constantly is trying to defend and protect and yada yada yada, even during and after the Eggman War, as well as the Metal Virus. You know what I mean? Like, but of course, loads of people are gonna go around and say, oh, well, he wasn't a hero in the first place, he was just an adventurer that got caught up in everyone else's problems. But he makes it his point to go and fight these issues. He makes it his point to go and save people, time and time again. No one is telling him to do these things. He's choosing to do them. And if he's choosing to take on the responsibility, then don't do it halfway. You know, do it the full way, you know? And I don't know what Ian Flynn or the IDW comic team is thinking with this. This is really bad characterization of a cocky hero. And don't get me wrong, cocky heroes can be arrogant and can be crass, but usually they're called out about their cockiness, and when they are called out, they then change these actions to become better in the future. Heck, Ian Flynn helped, if I'm not mistaken, Ian Flynn helped write the comic panel scene with Sonic fighting Tails, because Sonic helped arrest Tails' parents in the Archie's comics, right? And they were having a personal scuffle, and Tails was calling him out not for just locking up his parents, but for all his cocky and terrible actions leading up to that fight, you know? And Sonic actually realized he was a real jerk, and, you know, he humbled himself. He went, you know what? I was wrong. I'm sorry, you know, and they became better as brothers because of it, but I don't feel like that's ever gonna happen in the IDW series, and that's one of the biggest gripes I have with it. But yeah, ultimately, my biggest gripe isn't the fact that Sonic has this belief, as I said previously in the video. It's the fact that no one within the world is allowed to truly question him on this belief, and are truly allowed to fight against him. It's basically Sonic's word is law, and of course, honestly, him being the main character, that's understandable. But the same way, there's those that question Superman, or those that question Batman specifically, right? Like, he has this no-kill policy, and people in his world are allowed to question said policy, and they question it a lot, and everybody likes when that happens. I just wish that there were a lot more moments within the IDW comics where Sonic was questioned for his actions, for his moments. But anyway, we have reached to the end of this video, and I am almost confident that you all are tired of my yapping by now. So, that wraps up this review on Sonic's mentality and how it affects the IDW comics. I'm planning on probably making another video like this soon, so stay tuned. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I have a whole lot more time, so I guess I'll say the next video I'll make is probably either A, based on like the characters in which the IDW comics is actually allowed to affect, or on the Metal Virus itself, because I really liked the Metal Virus, and I also liked like certain characters from the IDW comics that are completely original, and I liked how some of them were handled, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Let me know down in the comments below what you think I should talk about next, and if I made any mistakes in this video that you would like for me to address in the next video. Again, this is Atlas. We at Touch Studios really appreciate you guys' support. We appreciate everybody that watches our videos and shares, comments, and subscribes. And we hope to see you all in the next video. You know, we really enjoy interacting with our fans. But anyway, enough said. Kwam Yasha Allah Israel. It's good to be back.